like putting stuff together today, I was like, this is actually just fun. Like, I'm not scared anymore. I mean, it's
I'm
a lot
not
of work, no
scared
doubt, but
anymore. That's so funny. Yes, I know she's streaming
yeah.
art. Can you please focus on the art? Thank you. There we go. Sorry. I'm still fighting with that browser trying to get your art on here.
Oh, good.
But it's good. I got it. I got it. A little bit of you, a little bit of me on the side. It's fine. Slick. Okay. Hello. Actually, how far can I zoom in on your page? Pretty stinking far. Okay. Do that. Got it. It's totally fine. Everything's fine.
And also, like, trying to remember that, like, some colors don't print very well. Oh,
Oh,
that's probably
oh,
the worst of
oh,
it.
yes, that is probably a good idea. Yes, hello everybody. We are streaming. Very barely. This is old school for some of you guys. Me back on my iPad. Ay, ay, ay.
Yeah.
Yeah, back in the day. Well, we're back. I'm doing pretty good. Early indeed. 3 a.m. Yeah, you're funny. You're so funny.
Wait, were you doing something at 3 a.m.?
No, it's one of my chatters. He's currently 3 a.m.
Ooh.
Yeah. Luckily, Elu and I are finally on the exact same time zone. Well, I mean, for the last 3 years, but I mean, finally, because, yeah, just whatever. When I first met Elu, we were not on the same time zone. I think. I think. If I recall, we were
Oh,
not.
yeah, because you were in the South.
Uh-huh. And I was like, I'm
Yeah.
from Cali. And you're like, I'm from Cali. And I'm like, well, I'm not in Cali right now. You're like, neither am I. So Elu's working on some of her pages. Elu, can you explain that one more time for me? I'm so sorry. Just so my
Yeah,
viewers can.
we're finished writing the story for volume 1, and so now I am drawing all of it, which is fun. We are releasing our final scene on Friday, but next week, yeah, we'll start sharing scene 1, which is what I'm working on, and then continue on. But I gave myself like a couple weeks lead time, so like what I share seems more cohesive, but yeah, I'm working on things behind the scenes a little bit different, right? Like just to be able to release things when they need to be.
Very nice, very nice.
Yeah, what are you working on?
So, for anyone who has been watching for the past few weeks, we have been working on Xalatath on my Cintiq, and you guys know where we are. We're like, I don't even have an example of where we are on this, honestly. But anyway, you can go watch the past streams, they're still there. Otherwise, I am now taking what we had during the sketch phase, because I keep all of my stuff in stages. So this stage of sketch, if you guys recall, I am now re-sketching, but this one is very specifically being line arted. Like it's got a nice sketch, but for anyone who uses Photoshop, the Photoshop program does not have a very good like feel, I suppose, for line art and the sketching and a drawing. Everyone that you probably have ever heard talk about like drawing, they all are like, yeah, 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 Clip Studio, Clip Studio. So this kind of the iPad with the Procreate has more of a Clip Studio feel for the line art. And I had my line art set a very good way before we switched back to the Cintiq. So I'm currently trying to go back and redo the sketch in a proper way where it is in fact line art. So all the line widths, all the fancy schmancies. This would have been a stage on Photoshop had I decided to go along with it, but I knew I was gonna do it in Procreate here, so I just
Yeah,
saved it for when I was over here on vacation. So ha ha ha.
that's nice. It makes it a little easier.
Mm-hmm, for sure. So I'm just like, yeah, we're just gonna wait and use it when I need it, and I need it right now. Which, by the way, so we did the castle. It was a lot of fun. I could not record, or at least I could, but it would be personal use only. And since I then discovered that Hearst Castle has their own YouTube channel, I decided to go ahead and just, because I'm not monetized yet, but I very well could be. So instead of getting in trouble later, I simply was like, okay, I'm just not going to vlog this. We'll take pictures and I'll put the pictures in the YouTube video, but I will just simply recommend that everyone go to the Hearst Castle YouTube channel and check out their stuff. If you want the video.
Like, do stuff on the grounds and stuff, or is that still like not?
I have no idea. It is tight security, I will admit. I almost got in trouble. Like, literally, this guy was seriously, like, wandering, like, watching me. And I'm like, okay, imagine you had a group of, like, 20. Luckily, our tour group was 4 people, including myself. So 5 people plus the guide. How are you going to fit 20 people in there? I mean, really. So, honestly, the design was very, like the hallways were very skinny, that kind of stuff. So I'm in a hallway right outside the bloody door of where everybody's standing, and I'm taking a picture of this statue in this alcove, and this security guard is like staring down me, apparently. I had no idea. My mom was like, there was a security guard following you for a while, and I'm like, well, what does he fucking expect? I mean, I'm so happy you take your job seriously, because they were like, no, seriously, if you're not with your guide, they're going to take you directly to the bus. And I'm like, well, excuse me, sir, but I'm trying to take a motherfucking picture without people in my picture. I didn't come here to take pictures of people, and the people I'm on my tour with, _moi. So, you know, I was just like, he could have fucking followed me as long as he wanted. I'd have told him off, motherfucker. So anyway, but it was a great experience. It was lots of fun. I can't wait to go and take grandma because, you know, oh, actually, did I tell you that my grandma broke her arm?
Yes.
Yeah. So,
How did
yeah.
that happen?
God, you guys have so many stories. Okay. Elu, hold on just one second. Let's take a look. Drawing with left hand more naturally. Very nice, Glitinio. Commander Dante, thank you for that raid of 4. Splash the tea. The dragon is reading. Mickey, I'm left-handed. Hi, chat. Hi, Elu. Hi, Mickey.
Hello. Fancy seeing you here.
Oh, yeah, right? Ooh, so shocking. But, okay, so, what was the question again? One more time, Elo. Very specifically.
I don't, yeah, how did Grandma break her arm?
Okay, so, Grandma had surgery on her foot in December. She had to have surgery on her foot again in, like, June-ish. Yeah, June, I think. So she's recovering. She had a boot on. And I saw that crown. Thank you. For anyone that does not know what that does, it puts a little crown on my little character in the corner there. Thank you. Yeah. But she had a boot on. And Grandma being Grandma was outside trying to, like, water her plants. Which, I mean, I don't blame her. I would be wanting to water my plants too. But, you know, oh my God. She will be on the couch any other time, but God forbid she, like, restrictively cannot be doing something, she's gonna do it. So, you know, it's great. But, aside from that.
In the Bell blood.
Hey, I'm not that bad. When I had my surgery, I was so good. I didn't do a thing. Like, yeah, my surgeon was pretty happy with all of my shit. But anyway, just saying. So, yeah, it was bad. She was wearing her boot, she was outside watering, and she tripped over the concrete because there's like a lip to step up onto the concrete to go back in the house on the patio, and that's what she tripped on. And what's worse is she was home alone and she couldn't get her phone to work. And she knew, she had the boys, you know, my uncle and my dad, so she knew she broke her arm. She didn't even have to have anyone tell her.
Right.
But she couldn't even call 911. She could not get her phone to work with her left hand. So, luckily, her very narcissistic piece of shit husband called her. And, if you're not sure how I feel about that, and, he was actually calling to ask her if she wanted anything for lunch, and she goes, well, no, not really. You should probably come home immediately because I've fallen and I'm pretty sure I broke my arm. I will give him credit. He beat the ambulance here. So
Oh
yeah,
wow.
there was an ambulance and they took her to the hospital, and right now it's not looking so good. It's pretty motherfucking swollen. So
Jesus.
yeah, it's not great. But luckily tomorrow she sees somebody in particular who's either going to do or say whatever, or she's going into surgery and they're putting a rod in her arm. So yeah.
Jesus.
I think she's, you know,
That is
she's the
crazy.
queen of surgery at this point. I'm not even joking.
To her, it's just another Tuesday, but man, that must be
Yeah. Yeah,
painful.
it is. It's extremely painful. That's why it really sucks, because she was supposed to go on this trip with us, and she goes, "Is it bad that I wasn't even concerned about the fact that my arm was broken? I was more concerned that I was not going on our trip." And I was like,
Oh,
"Well, that kind of makes sense, Grandma. I would have been the same way." So, but she's fine. She's currently in the living room, everybody, with my niece. They're watching movies. I think they're watching Superman.
very cool.
Yeah. So it's like, oh my God, we're just all dealing with that. But yeah, Hearst Castle was oodles of fun, which was hilarious because my niece was like, yeah, we were at Pismo. And I'm like, really? We were in Morro and San Simeon. And she was like, wait, when? I was like, Monday and Tuesday. She goes, we were in Pismo on Monday and Tuesday. I'm like, oh my God.
Oh,
Our family's so good at like constantly being around each other no matter what we do. Oh, I'm going on vacation. Well, it's fine. My family will still be there.
I think
Do they live there?
it's still
Nope,
magical
they're on
though.
vacation too. It's so hilarious. We are all just we're a group, okay? The Vills are a group. Let me tell you.
Yeah, I've never been to Hearst Castle, but like
Oh,
it's
good.
one
I
of those
got you
things that's
something.
like Alcatraz, where I lived in the freaking city for almost 10 years
That's okay.
and
I've been to San Francisco like 6 times and I've still never done that either. So,
oh really?
but don't you worry. I got you
It's
something, so you'll be fine.
oh, thank you.
I hope you'll like it.
Oh yeah.
It's just a postcard, but it's a very fucking pretty postcard.
Hell yeah.
I was so excited when I saw like some of the stuff. Actually, because you guys have my actual hand camera. Hold on. I'll go stuff right here.
I
Your
am
picture.
doing some weird stuff.
Okay. So you pretty much just sit in front of like a green screen, and they do the pictures, right? But here's that picture of
Oh.
me and Mama. This one is in front of the Neptune pool, and then they did a thing. I like the zebra one. They did us in front of zebras, and then they did us in front of the Roman pool. And I know you guys can't see that very well now. I'm still getting stuff off of my camera. I had, again, I could not record, so I had to use like my actual camera to take hopefully good pictures. We'll find out. I haven't even seen them. So that's how.
In here, I thought you were going to go swimming in it.
Yeah, I know. Oh, actually, I found out. So, okay. If you are a member of, and I know this is backwards, guys. You guys are flipped horizontally. I'm sorry. Um, if you do the $500 a year membership, for $1,000, you can go swimming in that pool for 2 hours.
What?
Yeah.
That's real?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess
I mean, you
I guess
can, but
money
for the
is
thousand
money,
dollars,
but
yeah.
Jesus.
Oh my God. Got me a big ass motherfucking hoodie with the nice embroidery. Castle. Oh, where is it? I got a lot of little stuff, so it's a little complicated. All right, I'm obviously not going to show the postcards because I got all of the same one because it was so good, and I'm not going to show Elu. I'm not going to show Elu what she's getting. We got this Morro Bay magnet to put on my fridge. I got little California otters. I'm actually wearing the otter shirt, but it just says Morro Bay, California, because we drove down to Morro Bay, clearly. We got a Hearst Castle lanyard. It's actually a pretty nice lanyard. It's like something that I would make in like pretty good. But it's got like the Roman design in the back. So yeah, there's that. And it's actually a really bright like blue. You guys can kind of tell if I turn it this way and the sun catches it. But yeah, I apologize for the crappy camera, but that's a thing. And then we went and saw the elephant seals over on one of the beaches. It's like right across where we were staying. So we went and did that, and then they were selling the little DVD thing for $5. And I'm like, well, fuck yeah, I like National Geographic. I'll be happy to put that in and just chill one day, you know.
Hell yeah. It's your heritage. It's all our heritage.
Yeah, pretty much. All right. I have also
Back when TV was like 5 channels.
yeah, right. A Hearst Castle t-shirt with a zebra on it. The zebra is currently protecting my cup. Oh, so here we go. There were a few different mugs, but this one was like so pretty with the marble design that I was like, I can't. I have just got to have it. So, y'all, it's got me a nice cup. It's got that smooth texture too, where you're just like, I just want to rub it and fondle my cup. Like, I love it.
Whoa. I do love me some mugs.
I do. They had like a really big, you know, like roundish, big one, but this one was so pretty. I could not say no. And this one was cheaper. So I was like, you know, I'm spending lots of money on some stuff. I should probably just take the cheap one.
Bell Heritage armor? Yeah, basically.
Okay. I got, again, the indoor Roman pool magnet. This is for my dad because, first of all, we're collecting magnets, but when he went to Russia and he went and saw like the big lady statue, like the biggest statue in the world, whatever, blah, 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 something like that. I don't remember what it is exactly. He brought me back a magnet. So I was like, okay, I'll bring you back a magnet. I got me a pin. It is blue and sparkly. I really love the pins. It's like one of the hard,
yes.
It's one of the only things you can really catch me on because it was really cheap. And I'm like, there's no way that's that cheap. I'm getting it. And then I got me a keychain. I got me a key to the castle, guys. It's very vintage and super cute.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah. So I could not help it. It's got a fleur-de-lis on the handle, and then the key part is the actual castle. So it's, I got a key to the castle. It's so funny. Yeah.
I was gonna say that's probably from a movie, but it's probably from a million movies.
Yeah, seriously. But honestly, Vel, like, if you ever get Vel stuff, Vel loves lanyards, Vel loves keychains, Vel loves stickers. It's very easy to please me, as you can tell.
Oh, yeah.
But, like, yeah, I didn't have anything. Can you believe, really, Elu, again, another Cali girl, I had nothing of, like, otters. I had nothing with otters on it, so I had to get the t-shirt and the sticker. So I was like, yeah, are you kidding me? Like, I can't believe I don't have anything.
T-shirts as a kid, but, like, probably nothing now, you know?
Yeah. Well, and luckily for me, most of the time I would probably just get the t-shirt to do the sewing where I could just, you know, make it all into a quilt. But at the same time, they actually had some that were decent. I'm like, I think I could wear that. So I got some big enough to wear. Yay!
Nice.
But yeah, that's part. You guys get sneak peek because I have not even pulled the pictures or done a video on it yet. So you guys are literally getting me the day after I got home. So there you go. Oh man, but it was so nice. I cannot fucking believe it. I couldn't believe the fog for one, but two, like, because it was freezing in the morning. It was like 60.
Oh, really?
And yes, and I was like dying. I wanted to get the sweatshirt like before we even went up into the castle, but then like we're on like the 3rd floor of the castle, so it's bloody fucking hot by the time we get up there. And I'm like, okay, I can tolerate this because this is just the weirdest thing. And they warned us. They were like, you wouldn't believe it, but it's hot. And I'm like, no, I wouldn't believe it because it was bloody fucking cold down at the beach. What the fuck is this shit, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah.
I don't know. I guess it's the coast, so.
The coast is weird. It is. I'm over here used to like the mountain climate, and like you guys are in the cold, and what? It's 114. How the fuck is it 60 over here? Because okay, like when you're down in the LA area, they are actual mountains like that separate the valley from the ocean. So I'm like, yeah, clouds and all that, all the good weather breaks against the mountains. Totally fine. But we went through like 46. So we're going through like the middle of fucking, like, the best way to explain this to you guys. Okay, here's a map on my picture here. LA is down here. Bakersfield is about right here. I live way over here in the mountains. But there's some more mountains right here. And this is pretty much all beach. People think that all of California is a beach. Not true. Just this section is a beach. But when you go over this part down here, these are mountains. So we're like going up this way, blah, 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 blah. These are just like kind of just very giant hills, okay? Why the fuck are these giant hills soaking up all of the clouds? Because motherfuck, we went 30 minutes, Elu, inland, and it was 90 degrees. It's crazy.
Ooh,
It's
yeah.
how the
I
fuck
believe
does it
it.
do that? I don't know. I'm like, but I have decided, you guys. I said I would never ever move, and that's true. But now I need to be rich, you guys, because I'm getting myself a fucking
Now you
island
do.
somewhere. I'm gonna own a private island, and I'm gonna build myself a fucking Roman villa. Yep.
Hell yeah.
So if anyone wants to help make me rich, get on it, man. All for it.
You lived in the South. Did you ever go to what's it called? It's in Florida. It's like the oldest
I've never been to
city.
Florida.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've been to a lot of places, but not Florida. I'm kind of happy about it, but I'm also kind of not because I had friends there that I could have visited. So,
Yeah,
oopsie.
there's a place kind of like what's it called? Hearst Castle, the Lightner Museum. It's
Hmm.
like the same era, like the whole like um just fancy Gilded Age kind of feel to it.
Yeah.
Uh, and they have a pool, but it is nothing compared to the freaking one at the Hearst Castle.
Uh-huh. That
That is like,
Neptune pool is the coolest thing I have ever seen, and I want one.
yeah, the one there is like indoors, so it's a
Hmm.
little different anyway, but like it has that whole same
Well,
feel.
I
It's
will
pretty
say
cool.
the Roman pool, the indoor pool, was cool because it had like the little mosaic designs. And mind you, I got some good close up
Mm,
pictures, but all the gold is 22 karat gold in there.
nice.
The whole damn thing. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. Like, talk about super
Yeah.
expense. It was amazing. Like, why does
Yeah,
the
it was
cool
the
shit
era
gotta
for it.
cost a lot? This is awesome. Well, I will say though, Mr. Hearst was kind of one of those guys where like he was fine with like replicas of stuff in a certain age. He wasn't very like, oh, I must have like because he had like a Spanish roof, like the ceiling, the architecture. Like he had a lot of shit replicated from Europe. So a lot of people think, oh wow, he probably spent a lot of money to get these things from, some kind of pillaging from centuries ago. No, not really. He was perfectly happy with replicas. So it's kind of like, okay, cool. I'm cool with that too. It's like, yeah, you want something that looks like something? Sure, but like you don't need the real fucking thing, man. Like, God. you
Yeah, new
know.
replicas alone are really intense and like can be expensive too. So it's not
Yeah,
like
especially
it's
considering how hard they are to replicate in the first place.
at that time. Oh, for
Mm-hmm.
sure too.
Mm-hmm. Which, mind you, all of this stuff you guys was built in like 1919, between 1912 and 1919. But anyway, all the things. You're welcome. I went on this tour, so you didn't have to. No, not really. But it's a lot of cool shit. It's a lot of cool shit.
Hell yeah. Yeah, just seeing what people collect and stuff and like what I don't know what their like focus was. I know like in the Lightner Museum, like there was I think he really liked glass a lot,
Ooh.
but I wasn't sure like what I oddly don't know very much about the Hearst Castle, so
I mean, neither did I. Even when you look stuff up, like it's nothing compared to being there and like going
oh
through and
yeah,
getting the
nothing.
tour, like it was great. Although I will say, I did learn that I think that architect, Julia something, it's about as far as I got. She invented the loft because they had the
Oh.
castle built outside. Like, I'm gonna do this like this. And there was a wall. They wanted to build a wall on the other side and add more bedrooms. And it was like, how are we gonna stack bedrooms? So she had the bathroom made, and you have the foyer, living room, sitting area, whatever. But then there were these stairs right on the side that go up, and it's just like the other half. It's a loft. It is legitimately the first
Mm.
loft ever created in California. I don't know if they've done it
Oh,
anywhere
that's
else in any
crazy.
other century, but as far as this state is concerned, she was the first.
That's awesome.
So that is legitimately one of the coolest things that I learned.
Yeah, for sure.
I was like, man. And she just, as a person, was great. She didn't even have Like, she didn't even keep her records of this job. This was a side gig for her. She did this on the weekends when she had time. But the only reason they even knew she was involved was specifically because they had found her written correspondence to Mr. Hearst about the changes and blah 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 blah, and you know, with her clearly being an architect, they're like, wow, she was the one that did this. So, but she was just a wonderful freaking lady. Went to France to even learn how to be an architect because at the time women were not allowed to do that kind of stuff. So yeah, super
Ooh,
womany history, guys. It's fucking amazing.
that's awesome.
Very.
Snow Ripley's Believe It or Not, though.
Yeah, for reals. That was legitimately like one of the coolest, like, you wouldn't believe it, but kind of tours.
Yeah, I always like that kind of stuff, but it's been a while since I've been to the one in the wharf. But they're all over. It's crazy. Trying not to over render, but this is kind of an experiment for me as far as like how much I want to color
Yeah, you're like,
some of these.
let's figure this out.
Yeah, so I'm trying to I'm keeping it mostly simple, but I think that, you know, dollar on a night is really hard to beat, so I have to put in some fancy lighting.
Bell Heritage Armor. What? I'm just now getting to your Chaz. Sorry. New hack
But
just dropped. Just be rich.
yeah, I do keep this up on a second monitor so I can kind of look at it from a distance too.
Yeah, that's
Sometimes you just
probably the
get
best. That's why
so
I keep
close.
zooming out. I'm like, in, out, in,
Mm,
out.
yeah, it's a little harder on an iPad for sure, but yeah,
Nah,
just to
it's
make sure
fine.
nothing's getting crazy.
Well, and of course, it was harder because, like you saw when I was doing the different steps, you guys, like everyone's like is so impressed with her expression and her eyes, and I'm like, honestly, it was literally just like a lot of shade and then some color to kind of hide the fact that I didn't actually draw it very well. I literally was just like zoop zoop whatever done. But like the line art, I'm like, okay, now I actually need to place the lines and figure out how this is going to look with even without rendering, you know, with even fewer stuff, with just line. How am I gonna make this look good with just line? I'm over here trying to like
Yeah.
finish up the idea. Like, how is this gonna work? I really don't know. We're just rolling with it.
How do you know it's done when it's done?
Yeah, when it's done, clearly. When it
Let me
tells you
see.
I'm done,
Here.
ding! You need to learn to speak to your art, and it will speak back.
Mm, this is true.
That's why when you guys are like, it looks great, but over here it's going, help me! I'm terrible! Look at me, I'm ugly! We gotta fix it. So I never heard my art scream before until it finally started screaming at me. Then I was like, oh, I gotta fix this.
Yeah, I'm not doing everything crazy, but we'll see. Man,
Not all
so
crazy. I
I'm
don't
working on
know
something.
you. Not all crazy. You're hilarious.
Well, you know, relative crazy.
No.
We don't use that word here.
We don't, yeah, we don't use that word here.
Actually, let's do that.
You mean gothically amazing? Sure. I can roll with that. Actually, ugh, get over here because I'm so bad at this.
Yeah.
Do, do, do,
Also, when you like
do.
print stuff, like even the really subtle stuff kind of gets lost sometimes. So I'm
Yeah.
trying to like Design something for
Well, if you're
print
worried
and for
about,
screen?
let's say if you're worried about the printing, just be sure to keep switching between the RBG and the CMYK channels. That way you can see essentially how much of it's gonna change.
Wait, what?
I'm hoping you can do this. First of all, I want to give a shout out to Commander Dante who rated us. I'm so sorry. I'm very bad at this. That should be that. I hope so. Otherwise, okay. Are you using Photoshop right now or Clip Studio?
I'm using Clip Studio.
Okay. You should be able to. I'm not sure which button it is. Let me open my Photoshop just to have something to go with. Ahsoka, no Nikki. Also being a parent. Sorry, guys. I'm yelling at my child. It's fine. So when I'm telling you not to lick, I mean it to you guys too. Don't go licking any windows, but also my child is licking her paw.
Oh, I was like, I don't understand. I'm just gonna go with it.
It was like brain can't comprehend. Usually she's off sleeping somewhere, but we're in the same room at grandma's. Yeah, I see you. Don't give me that look. Okay. Let's see. For me, what do I have to open? Let me open something here. Make a new file. Ta-ta. Image. No. Where are you? Oh, okay. So I have like file, edit, image. Do you have an image type of stuff for settings in your navigation?
Let's see.
Because for me, it has what's called mode. And you can change your mode, bitmap, grayscale, dew tone, index color, RBG color, which is automatic, CMYK color, so I can change it into, you know, seeing essentially what it should look like when printed, lab color, multi-channel, 8-bit, 16-bit, 32-bit. So if you can find a lot of that stuff, you can change it. You can change the actual file that you're looking at. Yeah.
There's gotta be like a thing in the layers.
I feel like you should. I don't know if it would be a layer thing. It's like it's a full document kind of thing. So for me, it's called image. You know, like when you're changing the size of the piece, somewhere around there.
View. Let's see.
Maybe view, yeah.
Color profile.
Ooh, maybe. Yes, please.
Yeah, I've used this before, but like,
because I know you can have like RBG on one side and put the other one on the other side, so every time you make changes you can see them, you know. I don't know how accurate they'll be, but I'm assuming should help.
Yeah, I mean it can swap between them, but like, yeah, it's not, I don't know if there's like a toggle. I would have to go into the menu.
Yeah. I feel like you'll have to probably just do a serious. But I mean, I'm just saying, you can look at it. You don't have to worry about being like, I don't know how this is gonna look. Yes, you do. You can look at it.
Yeah.
It might take a minute, but you can look.
It's like uncoded, I guess. I have no idea. I haven't even decided what kind of paper I'm gonna use, so.
Oh, I don't know about the specifics on that. I would always assume, yeah, they always laminate pages. Even if it's still just matte, you know. Although, if you ever do actually do the printing, I would talk to the manufacturer about it and just be like, hey, you need to explain this to me because like I tried to make this easy on you. But I will say, there have also been manufacturers where I have sent a poster and I forget to change it to CMYK and it's always RGB and they always print it beautifully. Like the contrast might be a little dark, so I lighten it up a bit. But other than that, that's my only trick for when you're printing.
Yeah, I usually do some sort of coding and I kind of cheat on print sometimes and do like hollow because it just adds color where like you might lose some just from going into CMYK where things aren't as vibrant. But like I don't want to do hollow pages for every one of these.
No, that might be a bit much, you know.
I mean, it'll be pricey.
Yeah, pricey is a word.
For the first, for at least initially, like.
It's like,
before you
how
even
many
get
pages were
started
you
with
gonna
like
do
how many
per book?
pages? I
Yeah, like
don't
4.
know. Yeah, right. Like
You're
you
like,
got to pick 4
must
pages you love
have,
the most.
must have at least 50 pages.
Right.
Like, my pocketbook didn't say nothing about that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we haven't really decided, but I think yeah, I like having a physical book. I love that idea because I just love
Mm-hmm.
print.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I feel like it's just gonna look best in on the screen.
Yeah, like the web will always be probably most vibrant. No, most gorgeous, you guys. Most gorgeous.
Right. Well, let's swap for a minute. I think we're. Oh, these are actually. Well, whatever. I'm doing like shades of purple for the memories.
Yeah.
I'm just like, no, don't. You've already gone too far with those gems. It's fine.
That's okay. I'm sketching the line art. I mean, it sounds crazy, but I promise you guys, I am. I am sketching the line art in purple. Because the idea is to go over what I've already done. Exactly. I'm tracing over my own work here. And then I'll turn it black. And I'll go over it again, but add all of the line weights. Because for me, it's a matter of, let's just get it on there first, and then we'll decide where we need to go from there. Because line weight can get pretty intense. And there's so much happening with this piece that I'm like, yeah. To do this one in coloring book style is going to take quite a bit, in my opinion. But it'll be worth it. I think it'll really make people happy. I already know this is going to be like one of the most colored pages in my coloring book. Like, I've got Star Wars art, I've got other WoW art. Everyone's going to be like, I want this one, even if they don't even know what she or who she is. Like, this one was the coolest one. Oh, okay. Are you a WoW player? No, it just looked cool. Oh, okay. That's how I'm imagining that conversation's gonna go when I get these tested and printed.
Just doing a sketch of this first. What is this song? Just like playing a random playlist and suddenly you have demons yelling.
This is why I don't play music when talking to you. We're enough. Like, I
Yeah.
don't think we need to make that any more complicated than it already is.
Do why? Hmm.
But it's okay, Lo. You can come down here someday, and I will take you on adventures.
Yeah, I had a really fun time. I used to do a lot of road trips when I lived in California, just because
Mm-hmm.
it's a great state for that. There's so much to see. Like
Oh,
if you've ever done like the drive from north to south, and anything really. Um, but I always like the drive from like the like Bay Area to Southern California.
mm-hmm.
Um,
So do you do the
even as
5
far
or
as
do you
like
do the
San Diego.
99?
I've done both.
Okay, I was gonna say if you've done
Yeah,
both,
yeah, yeah.
better, because then you can at least know that it's different, but it's not terrible, you know.
Yeah, the unfortunate part about what is it, 99?
Mm-hmm.
No, no, no. Is it? I think
The
it's
one in the
5.
middle, 5 is a little more towards the
Yeah,
coast.
because you go past like a slaughterhouse and it smells really bad. It's like right, I think
It's
right before
kind
you hit
of
the state
still, yeah, it's
line.
kind of still there, but it's not as bad. I will admit, it is not as bad, I promise.
Really?
Yeah, it's gotten better, I swear. Either that or it was just good on the day. Oh man.
Yeah, it's crazy because you're like, holy crap, that is a lot of cattle, and they smell.
Mm-hmm.
You just
Mm-hmm.
can't avoid it.
Yeah. Like, man, cows or sewage water treatment facilities, because
Mm.
and I think they're putting in more of the sewage treatment facilities out here, and I'm just like, oh my god, can you just stop putting them anywhere
Right.
like within 100 miles of like living places? Like, it's bad enough. I had no idea that we farmed garlic, so like I'm on the
Mm.
northwest edge of Bakersfield. So sometimes you
Okay.
smell super, super intense garlic. Sometimes. Not always. And if it's not garlic, I don't know, there's all kinds of other smells that come through and I'm just like, what the fuck?
Garlic, really? I
Yeah,
wouldn't
like
think so.
intense, like, okay, I love garlic, so intense garlic is not great. Like when you smell it on the air, not great.
It's not being cooked, it's just being.
Yeah, it is just being there and blowing in the wind and it's not having a good time, let me tell you.
Yeah, I know that there's like was it the Gilroy Garlic Festival?
I have no
But
idea,
like,
honestly.
yeah, there's a couple like festival, especially in that area, like the Asparagus Festival, and like there's even maybe that's here the Lavender Festival.
Oh, I don't know, but we
But
did
like,
pass a lavender like
oh
um
yeah,
field kind of thing on the way over to San Simeon, which was cool. And they had
yeah.
dinosaurs in their garden. They
My
really
dad
did.
really loves
They
those
had
though. He always
the
tells me if he goes to them.
what, the festival?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay.
But he goes to so many. I'm just like, have I done this? Has someone told me about this? Was it even in California? I don't even remember.
Probably. I just don't keep up with like events that people do out here because it's like, especially down here. So you've seen it. It's all like agricultural. So everyone just
Hmm.
assumes you're going to be a farmer when you live here and it's like, fuck no. Maybe it's why I hate farming games so much. I'm like, no. Like, you want to grow plants. Okay, I want to like I could grow a garden kind of thing, but I'm not here to grow your motherfucking food. You do that shit on your own. You grow, hang out with your own motherfucking cows. I'm not dealing with that shit. I don't want no fucking barn. I don't want no fucking farm.
Jesus.
Like, I'm so against it. And, like, that's all they do here. I'm just like, that's
Yeah.
nice.
Makes them for some really good like farmers market.
Like,
Like
yeah,
they have the
oh, they
one
do. They do really good ones. I will admit. Like, it's a great
not
craft. It's just not my craft. That's for damn sure.
farmers market seems like a really underwhelming way to describe it because like a lot of them, at least in like Salinas, they're like huge
Yeah.
and they're year round and
Yeah.
it's really
It's
cool.
great because you can get the fresh, like, produce kind of stuff that's not fucked with essentially, and you're not being overcharged by grocery stores. Like, I love that part about it
Yeah.
because there's such a difference when, you're getting it from
Especially
the
like
source.
yeah, especially for like seasonal stuff because a lot of times grocery stores will like
Mm-hmm.
they're not always fresh.
Yes.
And also regional, like whatever the region's really known for too.
Like, especially the strawberries, because there are
Mm.
strawberry fields here. Probably not now. It's been a few years, but they're more like all the people who sit on the corner and like sell avocados and oranges and
Mm-hmm.
strawberries. Like, they're, because we'll ask them, like, okay, where'd you get your strawberries? And they're like, oh, we just got them from Santa Monica, but it'll be like after a hurricane or something, so they're like not great, and it's like, okay, well, so you have to like pay attention to like what's been happening because um like, especially with like strawberries, if they freeze and then or get too cold in any way, like, refrigeration fine, but again, that storm came in and kind of messed everything up. They were frozen and you could tell that they had thawed, and I'm like, okay, yeah, like, I love strawberries but not that much. I can't do the squishy. You're killing me with the squishy. Like, if anyone who knows perfect strawberries, yes, they're squishy, but they're not like that squishy, okay? Y'all know what I mean.
Yeah, apples suffer that way too. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's just they get really mushy.
I'm like, I can't deal with that. I like the crunch. I
Yeah.
like crunchies.
That's
Who the bloody hell
yeah,
is calling
I
me?
guess you could
I'm
like it.
so.
It could
Oh,
be applesauce.
my mother.
Time to make jam. That's
Give me
true.
just a second, guys. Hello?
Yeah.
Hiya.
Um I had a friend who worked at like a grocery store for a long time and she would get like the
Mm-hmm.
imperfect produce and we would make jam from it. It's really good.
Well, sorry about that.
Sun Reavers forever. Yeah. I did put, so the like spawn point in Legion Dalaran is where I created a portal. And so that's where it is. Story. In the first panel on the left, she's kind of exiting it, and then you'll see it down here and stuff. I have to.
Oh, thank you, Dante.
Oh, actually.
Yeah, unfortunately, well, not really unfortunately, but unfortunately for my interruption's sake, my mother is my best friend, so she called me to let me know she made it back to San Francisco.
Nice. No
Yes.
broken arms.
No broken arms.
Hey, Rogue. I'm like, I skipped the quest and get my weapons, please. Yeah. Oh, so I was telling Mickey the other day that before the War Within launches, I would love to do like revisit the priest class hall quest lines for Void, for the Void artifact. There's like a lot of lore going on there.
Like, let's be honest, we skipped through all of it. We need to really go through and really look at it this time.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I think it just spending a lot of time reading about Void lore for my own story and stuff, it was really fun. And of course I did it so long ago, you know,
Now,
sometimes
yeah.
it's hard to remember everything, even if you're reading it on the wiki. But I was like, it would be really fun to just casually hang out with a couple cool priests I know and talk about it. Don't have to necessarily do it, but
I'm not much for the lore because, again, you know me, I'm like, click it through, but I would happily go back and do it again, just specifically to pay attention this time.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know that. Yeah, I'm like, do I want to do the whole thing or like at least because the weapon quest line is pretty short, I think.
It
You
is
just have to
very
do a
short, I
couple
think.
missions to like unlock parts of it, but like, yeah, I don't know if you can party sync it, but I know that like you can do it on a level 45 or a character that you've not previously done it on. So maybe. But yeah, we have a little fun there. Pre-patch. Pre-patch.
Yeah, pre-patch.
Yeah. Get some good lore. But yeah, I was like, who do I know that would have opinions?
Oh, you don't know any of those.
Yeah.
You don't know anybody with opinion.
Oh, you will? You'll make an alliance priest? You're the best. Yeah, I thought that would be super fun, though. I mean, I would do the whole campaign, but, like, I think just the company would be fun, too.
And yeah, just, like, go as far as, you know, you want to go, whatever.
Yeah, I'm wondering how you could do it with people, though. I don't know that you can. It's more solo.
No, this is how you do it. You get in a Discord call. Everybody says 1, 2, 3, go. And we talk about it as we go through and make our remarks because you know we all have remarks.
Yes, this is true.
And ta-da! This is how you do this together as a group.
That was my thought too. I just was like, I don't know that there's any other way to sync it as far as like doing the same quest, you know, like with a party.
It's still it's still just gonna be the way that it was because I had done party bits at that time. Someone else was doing like their priest and I was on my paladin, which is what made me want to do go and get the priest stuff. But it thinks in the way that it's like you still have to do your version of everything and the other person has to do their version of everything. But for the most part, at least while you're running around, like getting to those places, like, yeah, you're just chilling with each other in normal world. So.
Yeah, there's like little missions and stuff you can do, like, but I don't, the main like actually getting your artifact weapon and stuff.
Hmm.
Yeah. Some of the quests will be partyable. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, hopefully.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the biggest thing
When
is
you
just
have to
like
do like your
chatting
big
more.
fights and stuff and it sends you into different,
Yeah.
like the instance bits,
Hmm.
those will be separate. Cannot help
Yes.
in instance. Solo instance, anyway.
Hmm. Lore stuff. I'm good at lore stuff. Yes. Yeah, like I've done all of the quests, or quest lines for each spec and stuff, but
Hmm.
um yeah.
Yeah, but let's
I
be
always like
honest, we
hearing what
weren't
people
all
have
paying
to say
attention.
too.
Plus, it was a
Yeah, I
long
mean,
time ago. We really don't remember every single bit.
yeah, I actually just finished the disc one because I wanted the special appearance.
Hmm.
That's probably like
They were
my
pretty
favorite
good with
Bethesda
the
book.
discipline ones. I was really impressed.
Yeah. But like there's like a whole quest line to unlock, or not quest line, but like series of things to unlock, like an appearance. And one of them is you have to find that dwarf in the
Yeah,
temple,
I
and
don't
it's
think I have
like,
any hidden appearances, but like if you want to go do that too, I'll happily do that too. Because I'm like, shit, I've
yeah,
never
if you
even
need
looked. I
them.
didn't even care, but now I'm like, okay, I care. You
Oh
always
yeah.
care way after the fact.
So it looks like Midnight and Mickey and Val. We got a
Yeah,
priest crew going already.
you know it.
Yeah, and I think it's doable in like an afternoon.
Yeah,
At
yeah.
least for the chat kind of thing.
So let's be real. Every time we, at least in Midnight and Elu's case, every time we get together, we're always like, yeah, let's do this for an hour or two, 3, 4 hours
No.
later. Yeah. We're so funny.
Oh yeah, I don't have the last holy priest one, but I forget what you have to do for that. You have to collect a bunch of stuff.
We have too much of a
I
good
know.
time.
That's very true.
Oh, so when are they transferring our stuff for the remix? I saw the thing, but I didn't read it. I'm not even gonna lie. I've been driving for like, I don't need 2, 3 days straight, so excuse me. Just doing a lot of stuff all around, not in one trip. Like I kind of figured after our, last time I looked, we had 45 days left. So I'm assuming after our days left, that's when they're transferring, yeah?
Yeah, like did they announce anything for that?
Because clearly they're not
Because
going to
I
do
want
it
to.
early. That would be ridiculous.
That would be mean.
It would
People would
be.
riot. But my remix.
Yeah. Because I'm still not done. I still have 2 priests to level and my blood decay, I think. I'm still
Ooh,
doing shit.
okay.
Was that all
Well,
midnight? Yeah, it was because I wanted to level my
follower
horde
missions. Mm-hmm.
and my alliance. Yeah.
Yeah, the follower missions are just really hard because you have to wait. But the first couple ones, I would say like the first five maybe are like they're almost like less than 30 seconds
What do you mean you have
to
to
complete.
wait?
Some of them, yeah, you have to wait like a couple hours for the
What?
mission to complete for the mission tables
That's
for the world.
ridiculous.
Yeah, they
Are
may
you
have
sure
like
it's not a glitch? Like,
no,
did
because
they
it was
fuck
time
up?
gated at the time, but like they
Ooh.
should have expedited some of it. Maybe they did all of it, but from my recollection, like I think
God.
they the first couple are enough to like get going, but yeah, that's fine. We'll find stuff to do
Okay.
because we can unlock appearances and stuff too if you guys don't have some of them.
Yeah, I definitely had no interest at the time, so I would happily go back to do that.
Yeah, I really liked them.
I'm shocked I haven't just sat down one day to be like, okay, what haven't I done? Because I was like, you saw me, Elu. even before I started raiding with you, I'm pretty sure I was constantly in like Legion raids, and you were, I'm pretty,
Yep.
someone asked me what the fuck I was doing, and I'm like, I'm still getting like transmogs, because at the time
Oh
I
yeah.
had to go in with my druid and stuff to get the leather, and I literally just didn't have any of that. But now you can go in on any bloody character and get them all. So hello.
Yeah, I think the goal is like, any kind of priest or void lore would be really good. And there's lots of places to do that where we don't have to stick 100% to the class hall stuff,
Hmm.
but it's a good way to frame it, I guess.
Cool.
See what we can get done. 'Cause, yeah, the drops from Tomb of Sargeras are just so low. I'm just like,
Yeah, and I'm
why?
tired of running that shit by myself, because like certain classes,
Yeah.
like even with my paladin, like yeah, you have your 2 charges, great, but I'm telling you guys, Mythic killed Jaden. There's not enough time to fucking do anything, and he always knocks you off. You do need like someone else there to help you. It's
Team
ridiculous.
girlfriend dagger. Yes.
Team girlfriend dagger. Team mommy dagger. What are you talking about? Excuse me?
Uh-oh. You're gonna piss her off,
Mommy.
midnight.
Mommy. I'm
Claws
telling
are coming
mommy.
out. And Tour of the Void. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, like theory crafting and stuff like that. Because I think like there's questions around like what what kind of void lore are we going to get, if any, that's going to be expanded upon and stuff. And I know y'all have opinions, so
Well, if it's lore related, I have no opinions. I'm
even
just
just like
like, give me
weird
what you
reaction
want.
opinions.
Yeah, reactions maybe, but not opinions. I'm just like, eh. My opinion, give me more.
Yes, I
She has
agree.
a special place in my heart. Okay, I can accept that. You didn't know she was your mommy. It's okay.
Well, I mean, aren't you playing? Haven't you decided you want to play Druid for the War Within Midnight? I mean, I can't
Don't
fault
confuse
you with
him.
that.
I know, right?
Don't confuse it.
Like, we're getting mixed signals here, buddy.
You're just gonna play 3 classes. It's fine.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's nothing to be ashamed of. Oh yeah.
I mean, that was me in Legion. I was like, I'm legit playing because I wanted the class halls. I want my priest and I want my paladin, and I did. I played both of them like a fucking hardcore bitch.
Oh yeah. I need to do the paladin,
Yes, you
or
do, so you can get the horsey.
and just in general because like yeah, I rolled like paladins for lore stuff for my
Mm-hmm.
story,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and I've
you
never
need to
done.
learn paladin.
At least need to get to the class hall. That thing, I've never even been inside it. It looks so
It's really
cool.
nice. It's very nice, I will admit.
4 days played. Jesus, that is quite a lot. Okay, there's more going on below this, but
Oh,
is
that's
there
what she
this?
said.
Oh, oh yeah, the portal. We have to like. I have an idea of what the portal looks like. Let's see here. We'll start with blue just in case.
She's saying the wrong
'Cause it's
things
not
around us.
because it's not a void portal.
It's
At
just a
least
blippy portal.
now.
What does that mean? Don't ask me. I'm just saying things.
Making my own design.
Yeah. See, that's the fun part about that kind of stuff too. It's like you literally can reinterpret everything. Redesign stuff, be like, this is how I think this should look. Not gonna lie, that's
Yeah, I'm
kind of how
excited.
I'm doing my stuff with
Oh,
the
really?
void stuff. Yeah. I'm like, I know it's not quite exact, but like I don't want it to be exact. I like my version.
Do I visualize in my head? What do you mean? Like what the portal looks like? Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
I sure do.
Let's be honest, their portal is like really uh like a little too transparent in my opinion.
Yeah, I like the cross between like the portals in like the last patch
Oops.
of Dragonflight, where they were kind of the void portal design.
Mm-hmm.
Like they kind of updated them a little bit. They're like kind of blue, kind of purple with some sparkles. At least the ones where you're like traveling through like Northrend and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but like yeah, the ones that exist in game right now, as far as like travel portals, they're kind of just like I don't know, fuzzy, like ethereal, and I'm like I
Yeah.
like it, but not for like what I imagine my own to look like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can definitely picture it. That I feel like that's kind of a nice thing about being creative sometimes is you have that ability to visualize the things that you I mean, obviously, like you have it in your head. Like I had it in my head. You're seeing right now. I have this idea in my head, and I'm gonna draw it and see how it turns out. And you know what? It may look good, and it may
It
not
may
be what I
not,
was
you never
hoping
know,
for.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But like, it's nice to like try it out because sometimes vetoing an idea in your head before you even like try it is really easy to do. Um, but I think experimenting is always really nice. Let's see. And this is basically me experimenting with how the portals will look throughout the story. So no pressure. But I'm also trying not to do 100% black line art, so it's kind of what you're seeing as well. Let's do nothing too crazy, but still a little portally. You know, technical terms. Druid is
Absolutely.
your top pick, but I do want to see how things feel in retails. Shadow Priest feels really nice. Yes, it does. I really, really like it. Yeah, yeah. One of my professors used to call it playing. Like you have to get in there and play.
It's
He made it
true.
sound way better. It sounds kind of hokey when I say it, but
No, you have to
yeah.
play around. You really do.
Yeah. Yeah, like I've had some really weird ideas before that I was like if I hadn't been in a program where my professor was like, "Well, you know, just play around." I probably would have dismissed it outright, but like they ended up
Hmm.
being really good ideas. He just needed, you know, maybe to be developed a little bit more and like trust the process, but like
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, as bad
yeah,
as it is,
visualize
so
it is
y'all
nice.
know how I am as a paladin healer. Y'all know I'm amazing, and I only do it one way. Now, mind you, I was during remix, so like literally for, last week, I think what, Friday, Saturday, before I even came down here, I noticed something in my talent tree, and I was like, hmm, I've really never I dismissed these abilities, and I'm like, okay, let me tell you something. Those abilities were probably gonna make me a much better healer. I was like, wow, I can't believe I did. I'm like, I'm already good, but damn, I could have been way better. Like,
Things
I'm just
can
like,
only get
why did I
better.
do that? Yeah, you're like, why did I really just not give that the time of day? Because it's really
What was it?
good. For me, it was the shield something something. I don't know. It's on the left side and it's over on the right side of that left side thing, I think. Is it? I don't know. It could be the right side. I don't know. It's been a few days and I've been on vacation. Don't judge me.
I don't
So,
know anything about the paladin trees, so
well, it was literally about like having like the shield slam. Like every time you actually used your shield to attack, you could heal a few allies around you. I don't know how long that's been
okay.
there, I feel like it's been there a while and I've just dismissed it. But I was like, yeah, whatever. But honestly, that because of my very strict melee style, I'm like, yeah, okay, I have the consecration where if I put my consecration down, it heals everyone in it. And I'm over here like, yeah, because I'm always in melee, they don't have, melee doesn't have to worry about anything. But I never spam flash heal. I know you said McGonagall did it and he made it work. God only knows how, but I believe it because
I mean, even I know
legitimately,
that's crazy.
but legitimately, I'm like, okay, so clearly there's other ways to do stuff. And I have never like read all of the other things in my tree. I always knew like this is what I do and this is it. And that's kind of where I stuck. And I always did the same thing. And I never like really read through or even looked at other things. And I'm sitting over here like, I must have really fucked up because now I'm looking at this stuff and I'm really impressed. And I've been doing so much better. I'm like, wow. And it matches what I was already doing. So I'm over here like, I'm just a bloody fucking idiot. I don't know. I don't know how I didn't know this stuff existed. I'm trying to figure out how the hell I even managed life without it. And I'm like, I don't know, whatever, but I'm doing it now. So here you go.
It's nice when you look into like your class in that level and you feel like you can start kind of like playing around with stuff.
Well, that's why I tried the dark discipline thing for the
Yeah.
priest because I'm like, I haven't tried it. It clearly must be good because people are using it. But no, I still couldn't do it. But still, like, I don't know. Maybe it kind of just made me not think that I ever needed anything new because I'm like, yeah, I tried new stuff and it doesn't work. Like, it just, I'm done with it. Didn't give it the time
I've
of
definitely
day.
tried some weird stuff too that I didn't like and I won't use either. But like I thought it was fun to at least try it out, like
I don't know. I feel like it really dampened my spirit or something, and I just stopped
oh
reading and looking at other stuff. I'm like, I already know what I'm doing. I might as well just stick with what I know, and I never branched out after that. So I was like, yeah, I should have just kept going. I would have been so good, but I didn't have the time to play anyways. I had all those commissions last year, and yeah, everything kind of fell off in August. So
always there
it's
when you're ready for it.
fine. I know. I'm just like, oh, if only my car insurance wasn't two freaking $100 every month. Like, yeah, that's awesome, California. Let's just make everybody's car insurance go up so fucking much that we can't afford anything. It's great. Don't mind me. I just won't eat today.
I forget what the dark discipline was about. I want to say it
It
was like
was when you
the
were
difference between
literally using some of the shadowy stuff, the mind games or whatever. It was weird. It was so weird.
yeah. Yeah, it was like during Aberrus, I believe. So it was a while ago.
I don't know. It was first season for sure because I figured out I have not played since first season. So anyway,
Yeah.
yeah, it was a nightmare, you guys. There was nothing good about it in my opinion. It was like, yeah, you smite and you do all of your stuff, your damage while you're healing. Yes. Yes, that is very true. But this wanted you to like do insane amounts of super duper DPSing and try to heal. And I'm like, I can't handle this shit. I'm going back to my bubble bitch. I can't do this. And yes, that
Well,
is the legitimate name of it. It is bubble bitch.
the great part about that is like right after that season, like they revamped disc, so
Uh-huh.
it was gonna change anyway.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. Didn't you
They're like,
love that?
well, yeah.
So yeah, if anyone ever wants my shadow or not shadow, sorry, I'm reading and speaking at the same time. If you want my discipline tree, it's called Bubble Bitch. Because I switched to it in the middle of raid, and Elu was like, "Yeah, use that one." I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah, I wouldn't disc in raid. That is a different play style altogether. I don't think it's that fun, but I
That's
mean,
why
to
I
each
like
their
the
own,
disc.
obviously.
Disc and Holy Paladin are kind of the same, just in the sense that you're either in melee and doing the damage, or you're standing in ranged and doing the damage. That's how I feel.
Yeah. For paladins too, like their tree has changed and they're like prio and like everything is just so upheaval. Maybe that's good. I think a lot of people really like that, but the changes, but
I'll have to give
it's
it a
just so
try.
like I don't even if I'd tried to learn how to play HPAL before I start, it wouldn't be relevant today. I don't know.
Maybe, I don't know. I'll have to take a look at it, but I really do think that they are trying to like make the changes to honestly benefit us now. Whereas before they were just making changes to make changes. And it was like, okay, I'm very glad that you devs are having fun. Like, woo, new expansion. Let's fuck everything up. But can we fuck it up in a good way? But I think they're honestly on the right track. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it sounds like people are mostly happy with how things are shaping up for the War Within, but I mean, I don't play HPAL, so I don't have
Don't
any
you
personal
worry.
experience to
I'm
draw
still
from.
converting you. We'll get there.
Maybe the changes will get me to like understand it a little better.
Yeah, it's like Gregory says, you just have to prep everything. Yeah, it's like you throw out your bubbles and you're like, okay, let's wait for some damage. Totally fine. While some of the damage is going out, it's automatically being healed. It's cool. And it's kind of the same for Holy Paladin. Like, there's nothing to really prep, there's no bubbles to throw on anybody. But if you do your glimmer and you get your glimmer on everybody, it's practically the same shit. That's why I like jumping over to like a resto druid, you know. I'm just like, it's like the same thing, you know, like you have the one druid that's like a holy paladin, or sorry, a holy paladin. It's like a holy priest. They just heal you after you've taken damage. Cool. And your hots will heal over time, so you know you don't have to go back and heal them. Or you can be a disciplined priest, holy paladin mind, and pre, you know, rip everybody, blah, 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 blah. Just get your shit on them, get all your hots on them, and then just wait for damage. And you're like, okay, now I can do extra stuff. Oh, now I can press my regrowth or whatever. But you just keep the hots on everybody. It's
Sure.
the mindset. It is legitimately the mindset. So, and some stuff like in Resto, it crosses over for the Resto Druid. But for other things, it does not cross over. They're just like, why are you healing me? There's literally nothing to heal. And you're like, you don't understand. I'm prepping. You will need it, therefore I'm doing it right now. Which in some cases
Yeah.
is bad. Yes, you can waste your mana. That's why certain classes aren't allowed to do that. Let's be honest. Because that was the thing about my rating before I joined you, Elu. We would be doing stuff. We had a resto druid. I think we had a shaman and a mistweaver monk that wanted to switch out sometimes. And then there was me, the discipline priest, and and holy priest. So I was either a discipline priest or the holy paladin. Either one. Didn't matter which one. We were a tank healer. We do not sit there and heal the whole motherfucking raid. I'm not wasting my mana on that. So then we would get into situations during Legion, where it was like you would heal, but other people would run out of mana. And I'm having to not just like, I'm on my one tank that they sent me with. Now I got to move all the way over to a whole nother group and help them out because they fucked up and are too busy
Yeah.
overhealing. And I would tell them, I'm like, look, you bitch at me that I'm not healing enough, but then you look at all the numbers, look at the overhealing, look at the wasted heals. You guys are wasting heals. Like, yes, I pre-heal.
Yeah.
I'm like, I pre-heal, but I'm really healing the motherfucking tank and the melee. I'm not with the ranged. I'm nowhere with the. You never group me with the ranged. I have never worked with the range ever for a reason. And now all of a sudden you want to bitch that I'm not healing as much as a resto druid? Hello? God, like this woman was always bitching at me, and I was always like, because the GM, the raid leader, it was him, and he's fine, but like I was always like, you need to put your woman in check because she's pissing me off. Like I'm gonna kill her. Why aren't you healing that much? Well, why are you overhealing? I don't understand. You need to fucking get your shit together. You can't read your numbers
Sounds
right.
like coordination. Yeah. I
Yeah.
rated AOTC in Shadowlands, and I had been in the
Yes,
guild for a
Midnight.
long time with a resto druid, and she was great. Like I would never fault her for anything like that, but it was very much like between holy priest and resto druid, it was very much a snipe fest. You're just like, who's gonna get it?
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, we weren't rating at a level that it mattered so much.
Yes.
Um, but yeah, it would still be infuriating if you're just like, well, if this is like where my
And
spot is in
Midnight,
jeopardy
yeah.
or whatever it is.
Midnight, in your case,
Yeah.
yes, Resto Druid is going to have you're going to have an automatic overheal no matter what. That again is a thing that you should know. And that's her thing too. It was like, okay, but I've seen druids that don't overheal to the extent of their literally So clearly she was doing something wrong. It's like, okay,
Wait, when was this? Was this in like Wrath?
no, this was Legion.
okay.
It was Legion, and I'm like, there's no, because she would ask other, like, our like kitty, we'd be like, oh, I need an innervate. Why the fuck do you need an innervate? Oh, I already used mine. What do you mean you already used yours? Like, I know plenty of other restos that don't have this problem. Any pugs we had didn't have that problem. She was just bad. That's all I'm gonna say. She was just like, you're just bad. I can't help you. So yes,
Yeah,
the
I mean,
class itself does overheal. However, when you're overhealing so fucking bad, it's
yeah, I think it's good to know
yeah.
like how much is acceptable and like maybe looking at, where you can kind of cut your overheal, like because
Mm-hmm.
that's just like your play style. Things change patch to patch even. So like maybe she was playing in a way that like it used to be better.
She was literally
And
trying to
now it
boost
just
her
doesn't
numbers, and
really.
it was like your numbers are
Well, that
great
that could be it too.
in
Yeah.
her numbers were great in one spot. And yeah, you're the top healer. Good for you. You are healing the absolute most. Good for you. But it's all in the wrong spot, and now people are dying, and you can't get past the spot because you can't keep your fucking healing under control. It was like it was like that one raid. I don't remember if it was Sargeras or another one, but it was when they fucked us. So I think it was Sargeras. When they screwed us over, we're used to like instant dispel, instant dispel, instant dispel, and we've got two dispels being priests. Okay, and then they had that one fight where if you dispelled, it fucking killed people. So they threw us a good one. It could have been that one. It could have also been the expansion before that. I don't remember which raid it was. I just remember it fucked us all up so hardcore. I had to really watch it to not like dispel somebody. And then of course, every time, and I could not pug that one. Every time we had to fucking pug, and I'm like, you guys, you do understand this is the mechanic, right? Do not dispel. Whoop, dispel. Awesome.
Yeah, there was a
Awesome.
couple things like that in was it Sanctum of Domination where like you dispelled and everyone got yeeted off the platform if they weren't in the right spot. It was pretty fun. We had a monk that would constantly use revival. This was I think before
God.
they gave them the thing that revival didn't dispel, like tying their cooldown to a dispel, right? And it was just like, come on guys, like we never get anybody to dispel, and then people are just so eager to dispel. We had like DPS dispelling.
Yeah,
It was just like,
everybody to
yes.
spell. I'm like, okay, I love that you guys are helping, but Ay, ay, ay.
Oh yeah. Why I got drama in my guild. 25-page document on why you're the problem. That's so unfortunate, Rogue.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
29 pages? I mean, is that even necessary on any
Yeah.
level?
Yeah. And again, Elu, you've seen me heal, so I mean, I know where I need to improve. I always know. I'm like, I know exactly where. Like how with the priest, I'm like, okay, it is a legitimate problem that RNG is not giving me the trinkets that I need. I'm like, I can't get any better. I need better gear. Like I'm at my limit. This is no way to get better at this. Like I
Yeah, it's
can't, you guys.
unfortunate when your power is tied to like gear, specific gear too.
That's
I
just
think
the
people are feeling that
worst.
with the legendary for a
Mm-hmm.
long time. I don't know if people still feel that way about the legendary, but
Yeah.
yeah, that's unfortunate
I'm like,
because
I'm
you
a
can't
miracle worker,
completely
but you guys, I
train.
ain't no motherfucking saint. You
Yeah.
know? It's so funny too, because Elu was always so like timid and like I've never really seen Elu. I've now it's been a while. We've known each other a while. I have seen Elu actually mad about healing, and she's gotten pretty mouthy about some stuff. Like she'll like complain about like whatever group she was just in or whatever, and I'm over here like giggling, and I'm like, oh my god, I think I rubbed off on her.
Oh, I don't remember that, but yeah, like I
Well, it
do
was
get it.
like the first example, the first time I ever really saw you like physically, like like me when I stutter because I'm like I'm really passionate, I'm thinking about something, and I'm like trying to explain
Oh,
it. Like right now, like you got that way when you were telling me about our bear tank who wasn't using mitigations. I was
oh,
like,
that just made me so mad.
you were
Yeah,
so mad. I was like, I've never seen Elu mad, but like
it was
it
the
was
like Razageth
great.
fight where
Yep.
like it's such a nuance, but it's like you as a tank have to mitigate your own
You have to
damage. I
press
can't
buttons.
mitigate it for you. By the time I mitigate for you in quotes, it's already too late and that damage gets reflected back on the entire group. Like it's just a tank mechanic.
Yeah.
Um, and I think we went through like so many wipes before like I don't even think he was
Mm.
happy with that like explanation. He just did it anyway. We ended up
Yeah.
actually swapping him out because
Well,
we were
okay,
just
you
like,
guys, the
it's
bear
a hard
tank,
fight.
the bear tank is given mitigation buttons for a
Yeah.
reason. He never pressed any of them ever at any time during his gameplay ever. He always expected the healer to specifically just heal him. It was like, no, you need to press these buttons. Like
I think I just lost it when he was like, just immune me with Guardian Spirit. I was like,
that's
Guardian Spirit is
not
not an
working.
immunity.
Yeah, it's not working
And
like
it's
that.
not even the point of like the mechanic. Like, I don't know why this has to be my problem. Like, I think our healers are doing fine. But,
Mm-hmm.
it
Mm-hmm.
was really frustrating because somebody telling me like what like the abilities that
Just
I'm
heal me.
pressing
Like,
have to do. And I'm like,
no.
this is not a healer problem. Like, we're doing great. Like, you have to like just accept that you need to press something there before you get like
You
hit.
get hit. Yeah. Like I've watched Roguery
Oh, you wanted a
raid or
tank
not
at the
raid,
time? Oh, midnight.
not even raid, but like I've seen Roguery like stream and he'll be in there with his DK and he'll be like, okay guys, now I'm gonna use Lichborn or I'm gonna use AMZ, I'm gonna use this, and I'm like, yeah, exactly. Just imagine that there was a DK who literally refused to press all those buttons, said no, just heal me, okay.
Oh,
Like, but oh my god, Roguery is such a good freaking tank. It's crazy.
yeah.
And all the
It's kind of
communication, oh, I love it. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, it's at the end of the day, it was about solving a problem, and I think it was more like just frustrating that somebody was like, just like this
He
stuff
was
was in
sure he was
guides
not the
already.
problem.
Yeah, and it's like, well, we're all working together. I think that's the most important thing, and the fact that somebody doesn't want to
Well,
like
with
meet
a
the group
tank
halfway
mind,
is hard.
even me in Remix, being a
19 other
tank,
people
how
are
can I not
having
take
trouble.
damage? Hmm.
Yeah, it's like you're in in raid. It's like you're taunting, yes, you're taunt swapping, sure, but you're also like you have to stay alive because if you die, then it's over.
Yeah, like
It's hard.
anytime I very rarely
Mm.
tank, that's my problem mind right there. I'm always like, how can I not take any damage whatsoever? I'm like, and if I take too much damage, I feel like I'm the problem, which I know I'm not. There are some mechanic things, like for right now, Remix, where, if you pull the whole motherfucking courtyard in Monastery, yeah, the little guys turn into little fuckers and they heal their friends and they don't die. And I'm
They're
over here
so
finally taking
funny.
damage. Yeah. So I try so hard not to take any damage that I'm like, I feel so bad. I'm like, oh my God, I'm taking damage. I'm taking damage. I'm constantly pressing defensives. I don't know why other people don't do it. Like, what the fuck's the matter with you guys? Shit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a terrible tank
I go
myself, but
panic
I mean,
mode.
I'm not good at DPS, but I
This is
can like
why
press my
everyone needs to
defensives.
start as a healer. That way you can have healer brain and go, oh my God, I'm taking damage. What do I do? I need to stop it.
Yeah.
Help our
I have
healers.
no way of saying that I know how to do that, but yeah, I think it's good to like, continue learning about your spec and things change, especially with like fights and stuff.
Yeah,
Like new
yeah.
bosses, new tiers, things change. They're not like static from like, you know, 10 years ago. And that's kind of the fun part of the game, I think, but I think a lot of people maybe make some assumptions around like the importance of any of the
Ooh,
changes since,
my head is like
maybe
sorry guys.
they last like really spent the time to look into it or whatever. I don't know. I'm not going to pretend to understand why people do what they do, but I do think it is a team sport and that,
It really
discussion
is.
it should be part of the like process, right?
And
It's okay
what's
to
weird is like
learn
at
more.
least any guild I've been in though, that's always been the other thing too. It's like you do realize there are people here to specifically help you, like utilize it, you know?
Yeah. I think that's the what makes a really good guild is everyone's willing to like support each other.
Hmm.
But it is also hard to recognize when you are wrong and like some people take that really hard.
Yeah. See, the one guild with
It's not
that bitch
easy.
druid girl. She okay, so the thing that's what I'm gonna say, but she
Oh
would like
no.
want to, even if other people asked for help at other druid stuff that I know nothing about, I will admit, she would just like throw them a link and be like, here, go watch that. Like, just watch this. It's like, you're not helping. You're not giving actual advice. You're literally just throwing someone a bone and being like, go figure it out. So that shit used to piss me off too. It's like, no, that is your guildie and they're actually asking for help. Like, the least you could do is give them some actual, you know, like a legitimate reason, like, okay, this is why you're not doing as well as you think you are, or whatever, blah, blah, blah. This is where you can improve. Like, okay, cool, just tell me where and how, and I'll work on then it's their job to work on it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway.
that was kind of my goal with playing a little bit of Vengeance, was to like get some perspective on it. I'm not a great tank, but I will say that it did help me understand the role a little better, you know, things like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Definitely realize how easy it is to tunnel as DPS though.
Oh,
I
yeah.
sure as hell do that.
Hell, I tell them when I'm a fucking healer sometimes. It's hard. I'm just like, wait, I'm not paying attention. What?
Yeah,
Oh, I will
I'm
say, Elu, also,
guilty
you
of
are rubbing
that.
off on me in real life too, because I did a great job disassociating. It was fantastic. So we were at Hearst Castle and it was just weird because the tickets were already paid for. We had, again, it was reserved, it was reservations. So my mom is talking to the lady and she's talking about how like, oh yeah, you need a credit card, and I'm over here thinking to myself like, why the fuck would you need a credit card? Whatever. And I was looking for other things, trying to get my camera out, trying to prepare and everything. So at that point I was literally not listening. And then the lady behind the glass was like holding up the little like wristband that you're supposed to wear, and she held it up a very specific way, okay? Like usually the wristbands with a sticky I just do in a circle. She was holding it like sideways. And
Ooh.
mom was talking to me at the same time too, explaining what she was saying, and I was just like, yeah. And I was literally just like, mind wise, I was not there at all. I was thinking about all kinds of other things. And
Sure.
so we go and sit down and I open the thing and I wrap it around my arm, and then I'm like, I didn't follow directions. And she was
Oh
like, yeah, so
no.
it's fine. And I'm like, but I didn't follow directions. She said to do it exactly like this. And it took my mom like 6 times to tell me before she says, no, she was saying it because by the way, guys, my arms, if you take a tape measure, is barely 2 inches all the way around.
Holy
So,
moly.
yeah, so she was like, no, she was saying that for your arm. And I'm like, yes, but she told me to do it the specific way. And she goes, no, because your arms are so small, Vel, you can do that. And I'm like, but she told me very specifically to do it that way. Optional, Vel, optional. And I'm like, oh, so it's okay that I do it this way? She goes, yeah, I'm gonna do it that way. I'm like, oh, okay. But why? Because your wrists are small. I'm like, I did not get it, man. I was so out of it. I was not paying attention. And then when she was trying to explain it, I was just not comprehending. So yeah, it was, I was like, I disassociated so hard. It was bad. I'm like, I don't know who I am, where I am, or why I'm here. Okay, I'm just here and I didn't follow directions. That's all I know.
Oh my god. Yeah, Rogue, right? Like, what is it? We were talking about this midnight, like uptime on what is the I can't even think of the bear ability. Whatever. There's one that
Christmas
you
tree
should have
start?
as close to 100% uptime as possible, and like just having it be more abysmal in practice. You're just like, but you have so much like strength. Why you waste it?
Oh my god. And the worst part is, I literally like sat down for a minute and I was like, man, is this how Elu feels?
I remember, yes, yes. Yeah, exactly.
Except, you know, the word Elu or healer or someone help
Yes,
me bringing you out of it.
yes.
And you're like, oh crap,
Screeching.
I'm trying to figure
Screeching and does
out
it
what's
every
going
time.
on. Like, I get it when you tell me, but honestly, experiencing it is like a whole different thing, because you're like, I promise you, I'm trying to listen, but like, I don't know, something happened and I just was not there. My mind decided to leave my body and go somewhere else. Okay, I'm sorry. My mind went to the void and it got lost. I'm coming
It's
back.
fine. It happens. I
Like,
like to
wow.
disassociate when I'm healing too.
Fuck.
It's very sorry if you've experienced this.
Not in healing, but in real life, yeah. I think my situation is worse. I would rather do it in a game where nobody can actually get hurt.
Yeah, I think it's
Yikes.
nice to have things that bring you out of it, though. Like, if somebody's screeching for their life, I
Yeah.
would pay attention.
Like, man, that was a sense of panic in there.
Yeah.
Midnight. Excuse me. Oh, hi, KevTech. I missed that super, super hard.
Speaking of disassociation.
Yeah, speaking of disassociation, I'm doing it so hard right now because I'm like, lines, Xylotath lines.
Yes.
I'm so terrible. This is so bad. Elu, how the fuck did you get this to rib off on me? I need it to go away.
What happened?
Mean disassociating. Make it stop.
Oh,
like, now that I have somehow learned the trick, I can't stop it.
It's like a
like, I can
for your brain.
It really is, but Jesus Christ. I'm over here like, yeah, I mean, drawing, I get focused when I'm drawing, but not that hardcore. You've got me trained now. I gotta stop it.
Your brain just wants a little break. It's fine.
I mean, it's not like it's not like illustration, guys. It's like lines, some like degenerative disassociation shit with the fucking design brain. Like, you gotta train your design brain. It's safe. You can come out now.
It's safe?
Yeah, it's safe. You can come out. But the line was just, it was calling to me. I needed to make the perfect line. We got it. We're good. Shut up, brain.
Oh, it'll be fine. Don't worry.
Yeah. Like, my awake brain gets that. The other one, not so much. The other one isn't trained very well. This is new to me. The only time I've had this kind of confusion is honestly after I've fainted. And I've only fainted like 3 times in my life, but I fainted, hit my head on the ground on tile, and all I know is I was trying to wake up from a nap and my mom was screaming at me, "Oh my God, Bill!" And I'm literally thinking to myself as I'm coming to, like, oh my God, shut up. I just want to sleep. And I wake up and I realize I'm in the floor and I'm like, that's weird. It's gorgeous water, by the way.
Well, we need to like do something. I'm thinking I'm gonna add some purple because that's the answer to everything.
Of course it is. Like, you're gonna prove it's the answer to everything. They'll swear so much. That's a California thing. No, it's not a California thing. It is a military thing. My grandfather was in the Navy, okay? And I spent a lot of time with my grandfather. My grandfather lived with me in the mountains before he could no longer be in the mountains because he was getting cancer treatments. So, yeah, you can blame Grandpa for that. That is all Grandpa's fault. I have heard every swear word you've ever heard of. Mostly in the English language. US English. Since I was 5. Again, I'm 35, so yeah, we're too late. It's never going away.
Old Lady Belle's gonna be amazing.
Oh, Old Lady Belle's gonna have a shotgun and you get off my fucking property or I'm gonna shoot you.
Oh my God.
You know it. It's gonna be Secondhand Lions if anyone has ever seen that movie. It's exactly what it's gonna be. I'll go around beating up teenagers.
Not quite sure, but in there. Yeah, a lot of this is like experimenting too. So it's okay if we don't get it right today. It's close.
Old Lady Belle made me LOL so hard. I mean, roguery. Do you want me to bring my grandma in here and say wanker? Because she will.
Oh my God.
That's her favorite word. Now, this has only been her favorite word for a year, but it's her favorite word.
Have her yell it from the other room.
Oh, no, she can't, but either way. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, what time is it? Oh, shit. Okay. Well, I love you all, but I very need to get off of here and go help prepare and start dinner for poor grandma. So, yeah, it's very British. Trust, I don't know where she got it. She watched a movie, and that's all I know. Don't even know which movie. So, but it is her now favorite word. Because before that, she would say bastards. The bastards, bastards. Now it's waggers. I'm just like, okay, fine. Everything's fine, you guys.
Where do we want to put this? Here?
Okay, well, as far as I know, lots of purple line art. Didn't get too far, but you know what? I've got a long time to really finish that, so yeah. Totally fine. I do really love the work you got done, Elu. It is seriously looking cool.
Thank you. Yeah, the portal's still kind of an experiment, but I think it's getting there. We're getting to how we want to think about it for the rest of the story.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Save the work. Do it. All right. Thank you to everyone who showed up. I'm going to obviously go raid Elu, and then Elu can deal with it. But other than that, it was very lovely to see you guys.